Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley Natalie. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. Today might be one of my most favorite try-on hauls because we're trying on some fall items from Sezane, which is a beautiful French brand based out of Paris. I've been buying items from Sezane for a few years now. I really love the quality and the variety of looks that they create. So let's jump into it and check it out. First look, we've got the Loree Dress. It is a 100% viscose dress, so even though it has long sleeves, it is not a warm dress. Let me pick up my mic here. It's got a nice flow to it. The ruffles, though, for me, feel a little too matronly, and it could be on my frame. Maybe if you were taller. I've tried to make it a little more open. And then also because it has all these buttons, which is great, not great when you're trying to put it on because it takes forever, but it gives you this nice variability you can do with opening up the leg or closing it up if you'd like. It does come with this sash belt, but I think it looks better with a leather belt on, which I'll show in a second. But I generally really love dresses from Sezane because I think everything they make is really beautifully made. This flows really nicely. It definitely looks great with a boot, and I love that about it. The only thing against it that I don't love for me is just how this top looks, really, because the way that the ruffles fold, it really does create this kind of closed up, very conservative look, which if that's the vibe you're going for, I think this is a really nice option. Definitely office appropriate, by the way. But for me, it's not really my vibe. But I will say this pattern does come in a really beautiful skirt with a nice slit that, maybe I'll consider instead. But let's swap this out for a belt real quick. I have this vintage belt. I've showed it on here before. It used to be my grandfather's, and it adds a really nice touch of masculinity and structure to a dress like this. So I'm excited to get it on. It is a man's belt, so it's quite long, but I just added a couple of holes. So you see it breaks up the pattern nicely. It adds, like I mentioned, a good structure to the flowiness, and I think this style together, 10 out of 10 for most people. For me, just the top that kind of throws me off. Now, Sezane does a really good job with a ruffle on a really delicate, beautiful, feminine fabric. So it can really lean into that feminine and, to me, sometimes matronly vibe. So I like this in concept, but not in practice. But there's a lot of stuff we have to show, so let's keep it going. On the topic of Europe, I'll be heading out there in early 2023. Don't forget to subscribe and set those alerts so you can catch my travel vlogs. Look number 2. If you've seen any of my other hauls, you'll know I am in search of great trousers, and I think we're getting there. So let's start with these. These are the Dan trousers in black. They're high-waisted, wide-leg trouser. Size 6, US 6. There's a bit of a gap here, but I expected that. In Sezane trousers, I have a pair of linen ones, and I got them taken in and hemmed, and they're perfect. I love how Sezane creates their clothing. They put a lot of thought into it, and the fabric is really nice. It's really well made and honestly feels tailored, even though I'll have to tailor it a bit to fit me. But I love the detail. Step a little closer. You can see these cute little front pockets, a nice detail that make a black trouser a bit more fun. And then this piping or lining detail, also really great. Built-in pleat. You don't have to sit there ironing all night. So I love how these look. I think they look great. They make me look tall, which is a plus in my book, always. This is the Pierro shirt. Button-up shirt. It is a staple in Sezane's clothing line, but they'll switch out the fabrics. They'll have different partnerships with certain artists, and this one is just so beautiful. The pattern is Indian flower, I think noir or black, and I love the versatility of a shirt like this because with a trouser, you're dressed up, you're put together. But in the summer, I have a couple of these in different colors. I will wear it open over a bathing suit top, or I'll tie it with some shorts, so you can really dress this up and down. And it is a 100% cotton button-down shirt, so it's really easy to take care of. Roll up the sleeves, forget to iron it, throw it on, throw it in your luggage, throw it on at the beach. Like, it's one of those easy wear shirts that you can easily look put together in, and it's super versatile. So I always love the Pierro shirt, and I do think it's true to size in the 2. Let me pull it out of the pants really quick so you can take a look at how long it is. So it's got a good length too, so if you wanted to do a half tuck and have a little bit of an oversized look, it also works with that. So I love me a Pierro button down shirt. I'm really happy with this new pattern and these pants. So we've got a couple more trousers, so let's keep moving. Still in the Dan trouser, swapped out the top. If there's anything that Sezane does right, and they do a lot of things right, it's knit wear. Say it with me, knit wear. I have so many of their sweaters, and for someone who lives in LA, I know I don't need that many sweaters, but when you go on Sezane's website and you look at the textures and what they're coming at you with, I can't resist. And this sweater does not miss at all. So this is the Gary sweater in marine, so it's this really beautiful dark blue. We've got these standout buttons. That's another thing. Sezane does not leave out the details. These buttons that they use in everything, like these pants, these cute little buttons, and this top here, they're always really nice and they're always beautiful and such a fun detail. The sweater is extremely well made. I believe it's a cotton wool blend. This type of knit will last you for years if you take care of it well, and it is something that you can wear dressed up like I have here with the trouser, or throw on with a pair of jeans, some shorts, a skirt, etc. It's a really beautiful, versatile piece, and this navy blue is gorgeous. I'm going to step to my second camera here and get a little close-up view of these buttons because they're just so beautiful. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I'll say too, I'm wearing a size extra small. I think it's true to size for me at Sezane. I've been shopping there for many years, and I've learned that extra small is kind of like a US small for my body type. I'm 5'3", so I would definitely recommend testing out different sizes. I think in the last year they came out with an extra small, which I've never tried before, and I have one sweater in that size, so we'll see how that compares. But this fits nice. It's got a good looseness to it. Definitely a tuckable sweater, and again, a standout knit that I honestly see no flaws with. We'll keep moving. I've got a different pair of trousers that we're going to show next. We're back in a lighter color tone, and these trousers are on a level of chicness I sincerely always hope I can live up to. They are so beautiful. These are the Martin trouser in a US 6. The texture that's on them, I'll step a little closer so you can get a peek. They're wool blend. I love the wide leg. Of course, I'd have to get it hemmed, but otherwise they're so beautiful. The pocket detail, the button, everything about these I just love so much. So these are high on my list. This is the Yael knit top. It is a perfect mock neck, light knit, really great for layering. I love the button detail on the side. I'll step over so you can see a quick little detailed view. It's, like I said, perfect for layering, a really good basic. It's in the color natural. Oh, and these pants are in the color ecru, which is natural, or beige, you know, all of those things that sound the same, but are actually different. And I just love how they look together too. I think it's really chic. I'm definitely seriously considering keeping these trousers. This top I do love it, and I think it fits me well. It's a style that looks nice on me. It is something that I'm pretty sure I already owned something like it, but just to show a little bit more of it, it's perfect for tucking in because it's not too thick. It's a really nice knit. It also looks good just pulled out and flat would be great with jeans to dress it down a bit as well. So definitely a beautiful fall staple. And I just can't get enough of these pants. I really, really love them and look forward to maybe keeping them. Look number, I don't know, I forget. Jinxie's tired of me. She just left. So we've got the Alison skirt on. It is a size 4 US. I will say I really loved the pockets. I'll step forward when I was choosing the skirt, and I loved the buttons, but I don't think I love it on me as much. Oh, there goes Jet. And then I paired it with the low Lena boot. It's a combat style boot. Definitely a nice edgy vibe, and I think it really breaks up this kind of really petite and preppy kind of sweater with the mini skirt and the boot. So I think it looks great together. I don't think I'll keep the skirt, but to just share a little bit more about it, it is a cotton skirt. It's got a good stretch, but for me, a mini skirt at this length, I would want it to be a little looser. I wouldn't necessarily size up though, because I think it might not fit me well. It just may not be made for someone with as much curvature as I have here. But I do think it's a well-made skirt. It's a thick skirt, so it would definitely work in cooler temps with some nice tights. And then, you know, with boots, you can't go wrong. And I think these boots are super cool. I will say, compared to the other leather boots I own from Sezane, I feel like the leather is not as a quality. But I do think these are really beautiful. But as you know, there's a lot of places that create boots in this style. So there's a lot of options out there. But I'm glad I tried them. I don't have anything like this in my wardrobe today. So it is a style I'm considering. So we'll see what stays, but definitely not the skirt. Like I mentioned, too short for me, a little too fitted, but I'm glad I tried it because now I know. Let's keep it moving. Coming back at you with the last pair of trousers and this beautiful, beautiful knit hoodie. We'll start with the trousers. So these are the Gustavo trouser. They're like an ankle trouser, although I think for me, if I keep them, I'll get them a little hemmed so that they're more of an ankle look for me. Paired it with the Lena low boots for a little bit more of a dressed down vibe with this hoodie. I do like the trousers. I think they're extremely well made, and I love that they look nice dressed up or down, but the fit is a little off for me. So I think, as always, I know actually this gap, which is fine. I can take them in a bit if I need to, but it's also a little tighter in the hips than I like, which maybe, you know, with wear, you would wear them in and they would fit better. But because of that, the pockets stick out a bit in a way that I don't love. So these are not at the top of my list. And then paired with just the looseness that you get from the pant downward, it's not my favorite, especially compared to those other two trousers. But this hoodie, let me put my phone down real quick. It is just pure luxury. The color is beautiful. The knit is soft. It's an alpaca blend. And I mean, why would I ever get just a regular cotton hoodie? This is just so luxurious and cute and cozy. I love this so much. I have a different hoodie from Sezane from a few years ago. It's a little bit of a lighter knit, but also an alpaca blend. And I've worn that so much. So it's definitely time to add another to my collection. And this one, honestly, it can't be beat. Like I mentioned earlier, Sezane makes the most incredible knitwear. Every single time I pick up one of their sweaters, I'm just amazed at how well it's made, and year after year, the quality is always there. So this is a definite contender in my fall wardrobe, and again, can be worn really casual with a nice cool boot. You could definitely dress it up with a heeled boot too. I've done that with my other hoodie. So would absolutely recommend this. We've got, let's see, I think I'm going to keep these trousers on for another sweater and a couple of blazers and a blouse. So let's keep it going. Swapped out the pants. The more I wore the Gustavo trouser, which was a size 6 by the way, the more I didn't really like how they felt. I also felt they were a little uncomfortable. But these back into the first ones, the Dan trouser, I really like them. but I paired it with this Lucas pullover knit. Again, Sezane and the knits, they're just so well made. This one's in black, and the black color is really beautiful. And it's got the same beautiful gold buttons that was on the blue sweater from earlier. Different style though. Jesse was just saying to me he thinks it's got like an après-ski vibe, which I definitely agree. What really drew me to this was the color, because they did this black so well. It's so rich. I really love it. And I mentioned earlier that Sezane introduced another size recently, or at least in the last year, according to me, an extra small, and this is an extra small. Normally I do wear an extra small, but I feel like for something like this that is meant to have an oversized look and on my smaller petite frame, the extra small works better. We've got a beautiful lace top. This is the Valentine lace. I'm wearing a US 2, though I think I could have gone to a 0. And if there's another thing that Sezane does extremely well, it is lace blouses. I have a couple and I'm obsessed. They're really beautiful, so feminine. They're always sheer, so you can really play up the sexiness. You can, of course, wear a camisole underneath if you don't want to show too much. This is in the marine color, which is this beautiful navy. I'm obsessed. And it's funny because recently I said to my husband, Jesse, I never wear navy. I don't think I need anything navy. And there's been at least 2 pieces in here that are navy, and I really love them. So I think I'm changing my mind. What I love about this top is this neck. It's so beautiful and delicate. And one of my favorite features of myself is my shoulders. And this type of top plays up the shoulders so well. You've got this really gentle little puffed shoulder here. The sleeves are gorgeous. And it's just got this amazing detail through and through. Stand out, beautiful blouse. Had to say it 3 times. And I think the name is really nice, Valentine. I have it tucked in, obviously. It's definitely a bit of a looser shirt, and that's why I mentioned I think I could have gone to a 0, but it's a lace top, so it's thin, definitely layerable, and just a really beautiful piece that is an interesting top to wear with anything from a black trouser to a jean and so on and so forth. So definitely a contender and something I would recommend for anyone who loves to wear things that are really feminine and romantic. This definitely fits that vibe. Back in this Pierro top too, just to showcase this beautiful Christie blazer. I've been on the hunt for a really nice blazer as well. This is obviously an extremely dressed up vibe. Like, I'm gonna go close some deals in this look for sure, maybe with a buttoned up shirt. But this blazer is so beautiful. I actually have this blazer in linen from a few seasons back, and I love the style, but I've been waiting for them to come out with a black one, and I think I've just missed it. I don't know, but it's out now, and I got it, and I really love it. I love this shape. I think the lapel is really nice. I love this thin lapel. I love that it's double-breasted, so you can button it up, and it looks really chic that way too. Great with these trousers. Perfect match, and I think a standout in the collection, of course. Now, the one thing I have against black blazers, and this is nothing against Sezane, it's just that sometimes they do feel a little too businessy for me, although I know it's a staple. So I think what it is just down to the styling and choosing a different pant to wear with it. So I would definitely have to play around with this. But when I put this on, I'm like, let's go. We've got things to do. We've got deals to close. And I think it looks so chic, and I really love how it fits. I wouldn't change a thing about the fit for me. And I'm definitely a roll up your sleeve kind of gal when it comes to a blazer. I think it looks really chic. Now, I do have this same blazer in gray. And honestly, the gray I think is a game changer. So let me swap that in. Okay, here's the gray Christie blazer. Forgot to mention, this is a US 0, so is the black one. I mean, it's giving chic collegiate vibes. Like, what? A young professor? I really love the gray, love the texture. I'm very, very into and drawn to classic pieces, but that have something a little different. So really beautiful texture, a different fabric. And the way this fits, it's just so beautiful. Sezane does, again, a wonderful job with the buttons. I can't get over every button on anything that they make. It's really, really gorgeous. And like I was saying earlier, the black one might feel a little too businessy for me, but this gray has a nice interest to it, and I love how cozy it looks. It looks really great with these green cargo pants. Well, they're like an olive green, I should say. Cargo pant that I just got from Banana Republic too. It's like such a smart look altogether. And again, the double-breasted vibe, so you can button it up and just have a more varied variation of the blazer look, which I really love. And 10 out of 10. I think it's a standout. It's going to be a really hard decision because I don't necessarily always need to wear a blazer, but I love having different kinds of jackets to style with, and this one would be so fun to play around with. So we'll see what we end up keeping. Thank you for joining me on this Sezane Try On Haul journey. As I mentioned, Sezane is a French brand based out of Paris. They drop seasonal collections, and usually it's a limited amount. So if you like something, hop on it fast. I'll definitely share all of the details of everything that I talked about today down below. But please don't forget to like and subscribe for more lifestyle, fashion, and food content. See you in the next one.